She was ready to live the life she dreamed of. She made a plan, ignored the doubt, and went for it. When things didn't go the way she thought, it only added fuel to her fire. She never gave up because she remembered why she started. She made it happen because she believed. She made it happen because she kept going no matter what. She made it happen because she didn't stop until her dreams were her reality. This is the story of every successful woman, and I love this so much. Change is crazy. Yeah. Change is crazy. Yeah. I will always. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Stationary Muse channel. I am so excited for this video because the product I'm getting ready to show you guys is so close to my heart. One of my really just passions when it comes to inspiring women and all of the different things is to helping you guys overcome the fear that you're feeling in your life, or the doubt, and how it stops you from progressing and moving forward, and different things you want to do, whether that's starting a business or just going for something that maybe you've tried in the past but failed or fell short, or just anything like that, or just even maybe you've never done it before but you just feel like you can't do it for whatever reason. We all have those different things about us, those woes that we go through and we deal with for why we do or don't do something. And so because of that, I am so passionate about helping people step out of their fear and really get into truly believing that they have it within themselves to do it. And last year I released what I call the Live, Love, Inspire notebook. I can honestly say this product is very true to my heart, like I said, mainly because it is built on the premise of overcoming fear. And so if you guys have heard, if you've been following me for any length of time, I have a training called the Fear Model for Goals. And this training was built off of the principle of the Live, Love, Inspire notebook. And so I'm going to show you guys the very first Live, Love, Inspire notebook that I created. This was a tester one for myself. I didn't even laminate the cover. I had the coil all bent up and kept it because I knew that I wanted to just keep it and remember where I started with it. And so this was the very first one that I made as, like I said, a test. So obviously it's all banged up and stuff now. It's over a year old at this point, but I love it so much. And so this is what it looked like. There's videos on my channel if you want to check out the flip through. I didn't even have the sticker sheet size right for this one. Like, it was seriously a tester. And I always tell people, you know, like, if there's something that you want to try out, just go ahead and make one yourself, you know, see how it goes and different things. And I think I even shared with you guys what I was using this for and all of that. And so you basically work through your fear. And so there's a 4-part process to it. You have find the purpose, erase the doubt, action, 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 and remember why I started. What's really important about this process is that with each one, you are diving a little bit deeper into who you are and, you know, why you're doing it and different things like that. Finding the purpose is very important because it's all about figuring out, well, what the heck am I even doing to begin with, you know? And that can look a lot of different ways for us. This doesn't necessarily have to be for someone just starting a business. It's very great for that. But I've had people that have used it when they wanted to overcome the fear of maybe going back to school, writing a book, maybe starting a nonprofit, reaching out to someone that they haven't talked to in a long time. There's so many different fears we deal with, and it's not always just business related. And so finding the purpose is really just digging back into all of that. And so you find your purpose. And then you erase the doubt. So once you know what you're doing, then I kind of help you to build yourself up in here, and we go through, well, not even we, you go through a page where you write down all of the things that you doubt about why you can't do it. You cross them out, and then you build yourself up with the reasons of why you can. And that's just backed up of proof of things you've done in the past, whether it's related or not. And that is how you erase the doubt. And then you take the action. So you work through you work through the different areas as far as mapping it out and creating a little roadmap, a plan essentially of how you want to get there. And then you remember why you started. And so with each thing, you'll create an actual statement, which I've actually updated from this. This was the very original one. I've since done, I think, 2 updates since this one. So you're about to see the brand new Live, Love, Inspire notebook, but I wanted to just show you where it started because it's very important to me to show that and for you guys to see how you can level up and change. And so this was the very first one. And so now let's slide her on out of the way. I would like to introduce you guys to the brand new Live, Love, Inspire notebook. Is she cute or is she cute, y'all? Come on now. And so there's actually quite a few cover styles. I'm gonna show all of them, but I just want to show you the differences, the very obvious difference. As you can see, the binding is obviously very different. We have this ring bound, or we have this wire O bound versus now it is perfect bound, which I'm the most excited about. I love perfect bound. I love things that I can lay flat and write, especially because I am a lefty. So sometimes I really do enjoy things like this. It makes it a little bit easier to write. So this is what it looks like. It's so sleek and I just love it, you guys. So the first thing I want to show you about it is that it still does come with the stickers. It's a little bit different, but they're still included. And so what I did is there's just a little sticker sheet that will be slipped right in here for you when you get it. It's very similar to the last one, but I've kind of condensed it down just to make the page fit within here a little bit better. And then this also will allow you to take this sticker sheet somewhere else. So let's just say if you don't necessarily want to just keep it in here, maybe you want to use these stickers for something else, you can move it out of there. So very, very cute, and I love it. And you'll see this is actually an undated notebook. So one thing that's nice about these little January through December is that you can use these stickers to put in the dates when you need to use them. That was the same way with this one. I used a couple of them, but same thing with this one. It's undated, and so I gave you that so if you wanted to use those little pretty script stickers, you can. So that is in there. So let's go ahead and get to it, you guys. So I love the quote on the front. This is one of my favorite things. I post this occasionally over and over again on Instagram because I just think that it is such a powerful statement and it can really build anyone up that is going through anything or just needs a little bit of a reminder. So this is like a matte finish. It feels really nice. It's kind of almost like that matte rubbery kind of finish. It almost reminds me of, I have my work planner here. This is the planner I use for my job, but it reminds me of this, very similar to this. If you have this planner or you know the sugar paper finish, it's really similar to that. It feels almost just like it. So then when we get in here, everything is now turned into grayscale. So that's the first thing you'll notice. And I did that because I love neutral things. I always gravitate towards things that don't have a lot of color because I personally like to use my own color. I like to get creative the way I want to get creative. And so I wanted that to be the case for this notebook as well. So I added my new little logo. Live, Love, Inspire is honestly so much deeper than just those 3 words. It means to live life to the fullest, love yourself and others hard, and to inspire others. And so that is what I live by in my life, in my business. And so I always like to encourage you guys to do the same thing. And so it's definitely right there. It's very important. So when you flip in here, all of this stuff is pretty much the same as the other. When you have your reflection, where you'll write down your today. Every product that I come out with like this always has a place for you to journal and do a reflection. I've been doing that since I've started creating products like this. I'll even say my planner is also going to have something very similar like this as well. I just always think it's so cool to mark where you are mentally in your life in the season that you happen to grab an item, and I think it's so cool to be able to write that out. So that's what this is for. And then we get into that 4-step fear model. Find the purpose, erase the doubt, action, 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 remember why I started, and then fear will not stop me from accomplishing my goal. And then we get into it. So over here, you literally work through your purpose. You put your goal in here. I am naming the goal here that I will be accomplishing. This is the start to making it happen. And everything is an I, so that you really feel like you are talking to yourself versus someone talking at you. And you have your reasons of why you're starting. So whatever it is, there's some reason why you decided to go for XYZ. And so here, list them out. and be very open and honest with yourself about this. One thing I love about any process is that you can just be very transparent with yourself. This is not something you have to share, but it's for your benefit to really just get the most out of it and be vulnerable within these pages. And then dreaming big. If this went to the highest level of success, this page is what it would be. And so this is if you got to the end result of how you wanted it to be, or if it grew to what you thought, or whatever the case is, what success, the picture of success, the highest level of success, dream it up on this page. Don't hold back. And then when in doubt, don't be. And so here's where you list all of those doubts. In order to accomplish this goal, I'm going to list out every single negative thought, doubt, and concern and excuse about why this won't happen. And then over here, it tells you to cross all those things out, and you're going to list out all of the things of why you can do it by backing it up just based off of what you've already done, because, you know, it says I'm more than capable, and here's why. Then here, I love a good brain dump. So this is just a place for you to literally write out all the things that are pertaining to that topic, that new business, that new venture you're getting ready to take on in your life. And then we get into the place where you kind of start. So I always love to start with the first 3 steps. I think it's something that's not super overwhelming to just think of, okay, what are the immediate first 3 things that I can do to start making this happen? And you will literally write those in. And it could be something as simple as open up my laptop, go to google.com, search for blah, 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 you know? And I think that that is where it starts. And, you know, a dream without a plan is just a dream, because if you continue to just think about it in your head and you dream it up, but you never actually take those actions and create a plan, it's not gonna go nowhere, y'all. And so that is what the big picture is all about. And so, like it says on here, the first 3 steps are only the beginning. There are so many steps along the way to accomplishing my goal. And that is what it's all about. And so then you get into the actual planning process. The way I look at this section is it's a place for you to map it out, create a roadmap. And one thing that I have learned just in life in general, no matter what we are going for, nothing is ever straight and narrow. So these little lines represent the way that a path is. You know, sometimes you may think you're going to go straight to the next step, but you might have to pivot, or something may change and you may all go off course a little bit and come back. And so this is a really deep page, just because we can have a plan all day, but sometimes, you know, whether it's God or just circumstances and different things, we may not get to the next step just how we thought. And so these really do represent a true journey of anything. And that is why you have those reasons of why you started, because when you run into those bumps in the road or those things that kind of veer you off path, it's a reminder of like, okay, let me get back to my foundation, which is what you do in these first pages, and let me remember why I'm doing this to begin with. Then after that, we get into the why statement. And so here is just really a fun little kind of fill in the blank page where you'll put your goal, the date, why you're doing it. You'll brag about it. You'll pull that from those pages where you crossed out those doubts, and then you put why you can do it. And then you do an elevated why, which is essentially just taking a couple more of those points of why you're starting and throwing them in here to really just level it up and really give yourself something to be like, okay, I got this. And then over here, you write your final why statement. And this is where you would put just whatever you put over here, you would put it a little bit cleaner and nicer to refer back to. On the back, I have the projects and the milestones. And what's nice about this can be really used however you want. I gave you just about 12 of these little lines to play around with. So maybe you can have 1 project per month that you're working on, because honestly, I know how it is. We are all busy. Life is hectic. You already have a lot of things going on as it is, the way it is. And so when you're incorporating something new into your life, or something that you may be a little bit fearful of, sometimes I feel like I was saying like the first 3 steps, but even just to have an idea of like, okay, this month I'm focusing on this one thing. I think it's just very helpful just mentally to keep you going. And so this just gives you an opportunity to at least have one goal to get towards for that month. And if for some reason maybe you overachieve and you get past that, that's amazing for you. And then you have your milestones, which is where you can have different things, different parts of the process that you may reach over the course of the year, and you can actually have those as little small celebrations along the way. So one example of that would be, let's say for my planner, for example, maybe I have a couple of projects of designing the planner, getting it printed, taking the pictures, different things like that. And then maybe a milestone would be announcing the planner. And so that's exciting, turn it into a celebration. There is nothing too small to celebrate, in my opinion. I think if anything, the more little celebrations that you set up along the way, it'll fuel you even more to be like, ooh, let me get to this next one so that I can celebrate myself and I can really be proud of what I'm creating, what I'm doing. And it just makes you that much more confident and encouraged to keep going. Then I love this part. This is probably my favorite part of this whole notebook because it really just kind of brings everything together. I think this is all kind of the foundational part of it. I think it's about the first 20-ish pages or so where you're building out this foundational fear thing, working through the fear model, and then we really get into the meat of it, and that is to actually execute, right? So here's where you can write in exactly what your focus is for the month, and you can pull that from that projects page. If you want, you can pull it from your map out page and write down some of those action steps that it takes, because something might be the main focus, but there may be 10 things to get there. If you're gonna maybe register your business this month, for example, well, there's a lot of things that go into all of that. You may have to get a license, get the LLC, get your EIN, like you can make it a whole thing, and that could be your focus for the month, for example. And then how are you feeling about it? Why are you doing it again? Give yourself that reminder in case you need it. And then inspiring words is something that I love to have in all of the products like this that I create. It's also gonna be in my business planner that's coming as well. And I think it's just important to give yourself something to be encouraged by. So, you know, if you heard something inspirational, if someone said something that really changed your mindset about something, you can put that here. And then you'll have what needs improvement, the biggest accomplishment, and how you're gonna celebrate it, and then takeaways and lessons that you've learned. So I think this is just a great recap for your month. And what I really like overall about this notebook is that it really is focusing on one thing. So you can make this work for multiple things, but the way that this is designed is we're literally focusing on one thing. So when you're thinking about this, this is for this one task that you're trying to accomplish. And then you have the month to plan it out. You know, actually use those little stickers that I gave you. You could use your little monthly stickers, and you could put it on this page. That's kind of what I was thinking when I designed it, but you can use it however you want. And you can actually put dates in here. I leave it undated because we all know how it is with dated planners. Sometimes you just don't get to it. And I think especially with something like this, it's a little bit more loose, and it gives you the flexibility to be like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna do it every month, maybe every other month to start. And so it really gives you a chance to make it your own and the process work how you want it to be. So I love it. And then we get into the just true journal pages. So we have like the bullet journal, we got the dot grid pages, and then we have our lined pages. And then it gets back into it. And so this just basically repeats. You get your calendar, your place to kind of do your monthly overview and planning, and then you have your bullets and your lines. And so that is the notebook, you guys. I love this notebook, and you do have 12 sets of those, so you could do it for a whole year if you wanted. One thing I really love about this, first of all, I just love Perfect Bound in general. I think it's just really nice. This is a 6x9. It's really sleek, so you could definitely like toss it in your bag if you wanted to. I think it complements a planner very well because you could get very specific in planning a certain area of something that you're overcoming and working on, and then you can easily put those things into your planner, or you could use this solely on its own. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. Another thing I really like about it, so the paper in here, it's kind of a love-hate. And the reason for that is because it's a thick paper. It's really nice quality. It has a bit of a coating on it though. So if you are gonna use gel pens in here, just keep in mind, kind of let it dry a little bit before you flip or you kind of like do something, because it will smudge. I'm gonna just be honest. I am thinking about changing the paper for the next print run that I do. But ink pens, I think, will pretty much be completely fine in here, like just a ballpoint ink pen. But gel, I can definitely tell for sure that it will be a little bit of a smear. It will work, but I think you just need to let it dry a little bit. That's all. So that would be the only thing I think that I'll probably change moving forward for, because I'm always honest with you guys about stuff. I think some stuff you just have to kind of try it out and see how it goes. But I love this so much. Let me show you guys the other covers. So this is kind of the classic cover, and you can also get the classic cover with the brush strokes. This brush strokes design is also going to be one of the design options for the planner, just this actual, like this artwork here. So pretty. I love, love, love me some brush strokes. This is probably my favorite one, and you're going to notice that because when you see the planner collection coming out in about a month, you're going to see how it's made its way onto a lot of the items. And then we have, this is also another classic one available. This is, to me, kind of more neutral, I would say. So if you're not really into the whole, you know, like teal and all that stuff, which I completely get, this one is just very pretty, nice, neutral, which is just as fine as well. And then I have two other covers. We have Me Over Fear. Love this one. And then we have the Gold Digger one, which is so cute. And they all are the same on the inside, just the covers are different. But y'all, this is the lineup for the Live Love Inspire notebook. And I'm sure you might be wondering, well, when can I get it, right? Well, I'm gonna answer that question for you. So the Live Love Inspire notebook will be available and in the shop September 4th. When everything reopens, you'll be able to choose from the 5 cover designs available. Like I said, there's the 3 different classics, one of them being the brushstroke, the teal, the neutral, and then you have the Me Over Fear and the Gold Digger one. I had to think for something, like I have one more. I'm so excited about it. The sticker sheet, one thing to note about that, in case if you're wondering, the sticker sheet will be the same no matter which one you get as well. So you'll get this kind of classic. I made sure that I left the months a gray color, so then that way you don't feel like you're being put into any type of like color situation. You can do whatever you want. Those are gray, so that's neutral, but everything as you see will be the sticker sheet that you get, but it's just very perfect. It fits right in the front of this, and it's a great little companion to just kind of toss a little sticker in there and be like, oh, you know, I did this and stuff. So that's basically it. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'm so excited. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like, y'all, come on now. Like, what the? Really? So that's basically it. I just wanted to share this with you. Let me know down in the comments, what's your favorite cover? I would love to know what's your favorite one. Which one are you thinking about grabbing? And even more so, if you have already, how have you overcome fear that you've dealt with in your life? Help others in the comments and people that come across this video. What are some of your ways that you like to get out of your head and get out of the fear that you may be feeling to just start? I think one of the biggest lessons that I have learned this year is that fear just can't be an option, because we just know that life is too short, you know, and it's too unknown of what can happen. And so I just wanted to even more so bring this notebook back even better to solidify just how important it is to overcome. That's it. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.